Right now, I'm just going to do some trees. So I'm going to get a tree. I'm using Filbert. All right, Filbert chiseled edge. I'm just going to get a top. See that? I got that nice little top there. Now stay away from that and come down with your tree. And then we're going to decide where we want trees. Let's do another one. There. And maybe one almost the same size as that one over there. Good. Now let's see where else we want to put trees. Let's make a decision. We have to make decisions. I think I'll put a small one over here. Maybe another one next to it. Maybe what? Let's see. Maybe a nice tall one. And maybe a shorter one here somewhere. Now, if you want them to come forward, say you want this one to come, let's say you want this one to come forward because it's the tallest one, right? Just bring this down a little further. That'll then push those two back. And this one here, maybe that one's a little further, and this one be a little further. See how pushes that one back, and this one will push that one back, okay? So that's how you push back your trees. How's that? That's a little lesson for you. It's a new little lesson for you. So, you got trees. You don't want them all in a straight line. You want them, some to be forward and some to be back. So you got that one back there. This one is pushing those two back, but maybe this one here might be pushing that one back a little bit, so you can come up a little bit more with that. How's that? That's better. And this one's back here. This one pushes that one back, and it pushes those two back, and that one pushes that one back. Now, that's a lesson for you in perspective and composition and depth, because you're pushing them back, but you're getting depth. Depth is back here. You see the trees are tiny back there, so you can see it's distance, perspective. It's distance, right? So it's all part of thinking about your composition. Now let's shape up the trees, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some black paint, and I'm going to actually put yellow in it. I'll tell you why I'm putting yellow in my black. Just look at that. You see that turning green? Now, beautiful dark green. I don't know if you knew that before, but it's marvelous. So let's put in some little, this brush might be a bit too big. So I'm just going to touch, I'm just tapping. Tapping out to the right, tapping out to the left, tapping out to the right, tapping out to the left. Just tap it. Tap. Tap the corner of your brush. Don't worry about everything being perfect. Just start in the mid. See where you're coming down that line and touch and then pull out. Touch and pull out. Now I can tell you to go back and forth like this, but then they might be too straight. You know what I mean? Like they might be just out. Like they might be just, I don't know, just like that. But I'm trying to get a little kind of a shape of a tree. And we'll put snow on them, we'll bring them out even better, okay? So now, don't worry that they're not perfectly, trees are not perfect, I mean, they're all over the place, but we want to make them look nice and tidy, don't we? Make sure you got that top, okay? Don't lose the top. If you do, just put it back in. So you start under the top, okay? Another easy way to do it is to start on the line and twist out. Start on the line and twist out. Start on the line, twist out. Use the line for a guide. Touch and pull out. Touch and pull out. So all the trees don't have to be exact. So I'm trying to show you some different shapes and different techniques you can use to get a tree, okay? These are nice little winter trees. They're not huge or anything, but they're nice little shapes to them. So touch on the line. And then just twist your brush to come on out. Now you can find another way to do it. You go ahead. I'm just showing you what I'm hoping that'll help you get a little. I'm going to move out a little bigger this time. Just tapping a little bit to get it going. There we go. My paint is still a bit wet down there, so as you can see, the snow is melted in with it. I want to try a smaller brush. I'm finding that one a bit big and clunky. I found this little one, really tiny, about a size 1 or 2. So I make it damp. Put in your water and make it damp. Let's get some more of that black green going on there. So with black paint and yellow, lots of yellow, lots of yellow. All right, lots of yellow. That'll get it nice and dark green for you. Good. As soon as you see it turning dark green, then you don't need more yellow, okay? All right, so let's try with this brush. Get our little top, or our little top is there. See what other way is easy for you. Let's see. Just tap, 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 tap out, tap out, tap out, tap out, tap out, tap back, tap forth, back, forth, back and forth. Tap, 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 tap. There we go. So try several different ways, whatever's easier for you. And once you find a way that's easiest for you, then you go ahead and you do it that way. Do all your trees the one way that's easiest for you, okay? Another way you can do it is, I'm going to do it back here. You can cut your top, right, a little crooked top there, and I'm going to pull out from the to the left. I'll pull out there. Pull out like you're feathering it, like if you ever did a palm tree, or then you pull out to the other side. And once you get the inside part of it done, you can pull out some more of these. Now this will look nice when snow is on it. I was hoping to get more branches coming out here. Good, good, good. Might be a bit strange looking, but it's good. You can also pull down. And you jump over some spots and just pull down these leaves like this. And you do the same on the other side. And then you can use that as a guide like the other one. Just pull them out. Like I said, when we put snow on it, then we will make it look really nice. So your trees might look funny when you first start them because you're just trying to get the shapes, right? I'm going to try my fan brush this time. See what kind of a look I'll get with my fan brush. So I got a fan brush, it's a bit big, but I'm going to try to corner the brush, and I'm just going to go back and forth like I did with the other ones. It's pretty easy with the fan brush because the fan brush gives you those nice edges there. Gives you kind of a nice shape. That was pretty fast. And we will do another one. Get the top. If your top is too thin, or thick, just put another one in. And touch the corner of your brush, go out, move down, go out, move down. Start at the center, use that center line to help you, and go out and go down and out. And then don't forget, when you get the snow on there, they're going to look really pretty. Good. Nice. We'll get our trees started. Now we're going to let that dry so that we can put some nice snow on them, okay? Because the black will blend in with the white that you're putting on there and it'll be gray. We don't want that. I'm going to mix up a little bit of white. I'm going to see if we can put some highlights on those trees there. Now some snow. So I'm going to get a purplish color. Some red and blue and white. Alright. We're on the blue side though. Alright. There we go. That's nice. So we'll put that on as the shadows. So we got to put this on correctly. So we don't need a big lot, but we want to put it on so that it looks like there's snow on there. Put one there and there. There. Just use the corner of your brush when you're doing small areas. We'll highlight those now after. Good. So still go with the shape of the tree. Try just using the corner of your brush. And you already got the shape there, so all you have to do is go on top of that shape that you made. Keep some of the tree so you don't lose all your dark, okay? And some in the middle, a little bit in the middle there. Some in the middle, a little bit. Put some more on the trees. Just use the corner of your brush. Don't push too hard because you'll end up with big blobs. Sometimes the big blobs look good. Push a little bit in the middle there and then come out on your branch. So you can work from the middle and out, as long as you're sticking to the shape of the tree. That's the biggest thing, keeping the shape of that tree. I know it's hard, but now if you get too much like I did there, you can always put your dark back, okay? I feel like I got too much there, but we can go back and adjust anything that needs it. We're going to be putting snow around the bottoms of those. I want to stick to the purplish color first, just so we can decide where we want the highlights to. Make sure your tree is dry. I'm just tapping on the shape of the tree. So I'll pretend we got branches, right? So the snow is going to fall on the branches. So figure out the branches are on top, right? So underneath the branches, should I say branches? I should say the these things here. So we'll say branches, and so you want to imagine in your mind where those branches are, and you want to be able to keep the shadows underneath the trees too, you know, to keep it all so it looks like a tree with snow on it, not just a big blob of color. tap gently so that if you make a mistake, at least won't have too much on there to deal with. I'm getting a little bit in the middle there, and then I'm coming out on top of my branch. Trying to imagine that branch on top of there. It's after gathering a lot of snow. Maybe just some fell in the middle there and some of these other branches. At least with this darker color, you can see where you want things. All right, let's see if we can. I'm just using my small Filbert brush. You can try any brush you want. I find a Filbert pretty good for this stuff. I'm just trying to imagine those branches there. Just kind of tapping and moving my brush around on top of those. Just touching. Not too hard, because I don't want to get too blobby, because if I do, I got to go back and try to fix it. I'm kind of going in the middle and tapping and coming out on the branches. Leave lots of space in between if you can. So like I say, try different brushes. I'm going to try the corner of my brush, my fan brush, I think that, just to see. I like the fan brush because you get kind of like a rough look, you know. See, all these are, you know, they got sort of a smooth. But I like kind of getting these. See, you get separations and little dots and all kinds of good stuff going on. So I would suggest you try your fan brush and your flat brush, small round brush. Some things you can use almost any brush. Sometimes you can use almost any brush to get what you're looking for. Depends on what you're looking for. Alright, that's good. Now what I might do is I'm going to put back some snow. I'm going to use my fan brush. And I'm going to put back some snow underneath these trees to make them look like they're buried in snow, right? Alright. See, that looks better, doesn't it? Gosh, I love the way you can just manipulate the snow. You can use a palette knife with this too, you know. Just look at that. Isn't that pretty? So right underneath the tree, you can even go up over it a little bit so that if you don't like, if it was too thick or something happened that you didn't like it. Alright, and that's the other tree. I almost went over that one. Alright, so that's the other tree. And this is this tree here. And this tree here. That looks better, doesn't it? That looks a bit... now we highlight those trees so we get to look more like snow. I'm going to use my fan brush because they're nice and soft and everything, but I just want to... I want to use different brushes so I can show you. You know, people ask, what kind of brush should I use? How do I know what brush strokes to use? Well, I'm just trying to show you, give you some idea. So I'm going to use the corner of the brush. Let's say the light is coming in from the right, so all the highlights on the trees will be on the right, okay? I'm just tapping on little areas. I'm not even going to worry about getting it all on there. I just want to get it so that... See, this is great for going over that because this brush has bristles. This is a Bristle fan brush. You can get a synthetic fan brush and it's got a softer bristle. This is another one. It's a smaller one. I could be using this one. And that's you get these in different sizes. That's your synthetic one, see? Alright, I don't like using that one for this. I like the bristles because they're rough and they're tough and they give you some really cool texture. So I'm just going to tap on the corner there like that. And sort of going on top of what I already did so I can have more shadows. I get 3 values in, see? I can get 3 values instead of just 2. Always look for your values. That's nice, isn't it? I don't want to move it over. I don't want it to look odd or anything. I don't want it to look like it's lopsided or anything. So I'll just move a little bit of that over there, just a smaller bit to even it out. I'm going to try my smaller fan brush, just out of curiosity. I love trying out different brushes because I could be at this, I'm at this, what, 15 years or so, but yet I still like to experiment with my brushes because every single painting is different. Every single tree is different. So you might need different brushes, or you might want to find one brush better than the other to do what you're trying to do. See, look, this is nice and crunchy, and it's giving you that nice texture. I like this. I like that. That's nice. Yeah, small bristle. You can try small flat bristle too if you want, but you're working at the corner of your brushes, it'll help you. That way you have more control, okay? So try some different brushes. You might say, well, how much paint are you putting on your brush? See? Not a huge lot, but it's enough to, when I touch, it comes off. When I move back towards the side that I want the shade on, I'll move back when most of the paint is off my brush, okay? Now, this brush is fantastic. So you can use several different brushes to put on your snow. A lot of snow in this one, isn't it? Now I might put back some of that tree. Now I'm going to try this one. That looks good. I need a little bit over here, so you don't want it too lopsided, like we said. And I'm going to show you, because I know this is going to happen to you. You're going to lose your tree. Alright, if you're new at this, it's going to be hard. It's not, you know, it's kind of a little hard to keep everything. So I'm going to show you how to put back your tree. Now, this one's coming out nice. Look at that. There we go. That looks really pretty. Good. And to put your tree back, just pick up your dark color, dark green, and like here, right? And just tap in your branches again, right here. See? Just tap them in again. That's all. Just tap in around where you lost them. Right? Go back in with your dark color, and that will help give you better shape to your tree. Okay? Look at that. That's fantastic. What you can do though, with a little bit of brush, a little bit of paint, you can create masterpieces. See that? Isn't that much better? Look. So I lost some of my tree there, so I just put it back. Isn't that nice? Right. This one here might need a little bit more too. Nice. So I think I would like to add a bit of a light inside. I'm going to use a scruffy brush like this right here, see? nice scruffy brush. It's a nice Filbert, nice scruffy brush, Bristle. And I want to get a bit of light there in the center, just to give it some interest. You know, you always have to try and find ways to give your painting a bit of interest. So let's just put like a nice bright area in here. All right, so we can get that nice bright. Just add white to your bristle brush. Just got a bit of paint down there, as you can see, because I find that you can get this on first, and then we can add some shadow if we have to. I'm just making circles. I find circles makes it so much easier. If you leave the light part that you got there, then you won't lose that light color, and you won't have to go and repeat over and over and over again, you know. So I'm just going to blend the bottom. As the paint's coming off my brush, I'm just going to drag it around a little bit, just so that I can have a little bit of floating, just whatever's left over my brush, I'm just moving it around so that I can kind of get that to go into the sky, and then whatever's left over, I'm just getting some of this extra cloud moving out here, like just moving it around, just giving it a little bit of extra, scrubbing it around. See? Isn't that pretty? This certainly adds to it, doesn't it? And I'm going to get whatever's left over my brush, I'm going to scrub underneath these a little bit, just to make them a little more interesting, because these little lines there, but it doesn't look like, you know, if you scrub a little bit of leftover paint underneath the ones that you did here, that'll make them look more like some nice fluffy clouds. Well, we don't want too much paint, but if you do have to pick up some more paint because you can't get any off, put on the top here like a little tiny bit, so you can barely see it. And if it's too much, wipe it off in your tissue. I'm just going to leave that there because there's not much on it. See, and I'm just going to scrub it on. So it's almost like dry brushing. I'm going right underneath that. I don't want to lose it. That's already dry, so you're pretty safe as long as you don't go over it. But that's kind of nice, isn't it? Look at that. Look at that. It's all the things that you can do. All these little last minute details, though. Isn't that wonderful? What really brings your painting to life? It's what brings your painting to life. So you get your colors on and you get your shapes, and then you can go in and start putting on some last minute details, see what you like and what you don't like, and you know, just fooling around with a few little extras here. I don't want too much because, like I said, I don't want to have too much. I just picked up a little bit of paint and I'm kind of sliding it on my brush, on my canvas, and I'm going to wipe off my brush. I'll wipe off my brush. Do you know something? If you notice, my voice sometimes crackles, as you can hear it now. I think the paints, even though they're acrylics and they don't have much fumes to them, there is something coming off of them, because I can feel them in my throat when I'm around them a lot. It makes me cough, not cough, but gives me a hoarse throat. So, you know, even though you're not using oils I would never be able to use, because I'd have to have all the windows open and everything. But even acrylics can be, you know, hard on your throat, or just be wary of it, you know, because if you feel like you're getting stuffed up, your eyes are watering, things like that, that could be the paints. Alright, so I think that's cool. Look at that, that's pretty nice, isn't it? I think I'm going to leave that. It's nice and bright there in the center. I don't think there's much left to do, you know. You could always throw in a little bit more highlights on your snow. Just a little bit here and that. These are just last minute details. You don't want to do too much, because if you make the wrong move, you're going to be in trouble and your whole painting is ruined. So just do a little bit, just little bits of little details, you know. Right? Just little bits. You can even tap it on like you're See, look, see how nice that is? So I'm just putting on pure white. And I'm just tapping it around so that I don't destroy what I already have there. Everything is dry now at this point. Everything is dry. I'm trying to be careful. So I'm just trying to move the paint around. Trying to get a little bit here and there. I'm just trying to show you some last minute details. Isn't that nice? You know, there's so much you can do when you paint. So pretty. Okay, so I'll leave that and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Well, thank you for painting along with me. I hope you enjoyed that painting. And if you did enjoy that painting, leave a comment below in the comment section. Let me know what you liked about that painting. What part of that painting did you like? What was your favorite part? And if you have any questions about brushes or paints, or anything about the painting itself, just email me at allisonpryor@yahoo.com or leave a comment down below. And I will see you in the next video.